I am Dr. Allison, owner of Body Motion, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what a pelvic wellness check is. So, at a pelvic wellness check, we look at the pelvic floor. We don't just look at the pelvic floor, of course, because your body is not just your pelvic floor, but it is one of those things that not a lot of people know about and not a lot of people look at. But we start by looking at the external body. So we'll look at the alignment of your hips. So if this is a pelvis, we look at the external hips. We'll look at all the muscles that attach to the hips, okay? And so when we do that, it kind of feels like a massage of the glutes, which is nice, but we look at the range of motion. We see how these muscles and ligaments are working and connected to the outside of your hip. We see how strong those muscles are and if you're able to use them functionally when you're doing workouts in different parts of your day. This is also really good if you are trying to build your glutes. I know that's really trendy right now. Glutes are super important and they help the pelvic floor so much. But you want to make sure you're using them the right way, and getting a pelvic wellness check will absolutely help you in using your glutes. Okay, I digressed. So the other important part is that we look at the abdominal wall. We look at your organs. So it'll feel like you lay on the table and we examine the belly. We look at how the organs are moving within the belly and we help them move. Then we look at how the muscles are moving and functioning, and that's part of your abdominal, the core muscles of the abdominal wall. We look at all that stuff, we help them move, so it almost feels like a belly massage. And then we do the internal pelvic floor work, okay? And so what that looks like is you're laying on the table with a sheet and draped to your comfort level. We do this, of course, and with your consent, and then we do an internal vaginal exam. We don't use a speculum, it's simply just an index finger. You're laying on the table, we do one side at a time. We insert a finger into vagina, and then we map the first layer of the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor is 3 layers, so we'll be looking at 3 layers of the pelvic floor. The first layer, if it has any scar tissue or tightness or tension, we carry so much tension through our pelvic floors. Most people walk around very tight and they don't know how to relax their pelvic floors. This is why Kegels are not the answer, because we need to work on the other motion, the relaxing motion, and then your pelvic floor works automatically and you don't really have to do Kegels. That's the secret to a functional, happy, healthy pelvic floor. And that will make your core the absolute strongest when you go to do your exercises, especially with New Year's resolutions at hand and you're doing maybe new fitness routines to help your pelvic floor be the strongest possible. We highly recommend this pelvic wellness check because we'll be able to allow you to it'll allow you to use your core the best possible way. So there's that. Then we go into the second layer, which is more fascial and also sphincters. So you'll see you might feel some tension or burning in those areas, and we work them. So we'll hold it until it releases. And then we go into the third layer. The third layer is connected to the hip muscles and it's the deepest layer. So oftentimes when we start to release all of these muscles and tissues and really start to work them, we do one side, then of course we move our bodies to the other side of the table, we do the other side. So that is the pelvic exam. We treat as we go. And what most people say afterwards is, they feel like they can breathe deeper because they have this newfound range of motion. And we teach them how to use that and how to keep that motion. That makes sex better. That makes it so you don't have any leakage at all. It makes it so all your organs stay in your body as you get older. This is super important work. And it makes it so your core can function its best. What needs to happen from a core perspective is any movement that you do through your life, you want your core to be working for you. And when your core is working for you, you're not wearing out your joints. So getting your pelvic floor coordinated and working in this range of motion, which is what we help you get to, that helps support the most optimal functioning core, which is going to support your joints in the long run. So I can't speak highly enough about the importance of getting a pelvic wellness check and getting some internal pelvic work done. It is so beneficial to a healthy lifestyle and to healthy living. All right, take care.